Okay. All right, we are live. Welcome everybody and good morning. Rich here. It's 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'm broadcasting from Las Vegas. And good morning, good evening, good day to you wherever you are watching in the world. So today's topic, I have a very interesting topic that I can't wait to get into. So just to give you guys a bit of information about why I put these podcasts together, that's really focused. It's more of like a Nigeria-centric podcast around business, entrepreneurship, and investments specific to Nigerians living abroad, the diasporas, looking for opportunities and investments in Nigeria. But anyone can find value anywhere in the world on this content. So Nigeria as we know it, I mean, I've been in the United States on and off now for 30 years. Nigeria as we know it is changing. I mean, the way that the world sees Nigeria today is not the same way that they saw it 10 years ago. Even the way Nigerians see Nigeria today is different from 5 or even 10 years ago. So the opportunities are there. Last week, I was invited to a Zoom conference the Zoom conference was hosted by NEPC. This is the National Exports Promotion Council. It's a regulatory body in Nigeria that facilitates the exports of Nigerian non-oil products abroad. So I am one of the members of NEPC. I got an invitation to attend one of their first national conferences that they put together last week. And I learned that a lot of Nigerians now are essentially waking up every morning in Nigeria and they're working for international organizations. Like companies from the United States now are sourcing talent in Nigeria. Companies in Europe, Asia, they're sourcing talent. I'm talking about ranging from software developers to even attorneys. Like there are attorneys in Nigeria right now that just specialize in helping international clients who are looking to enter the Nigerian commerce space. They help them navigate and get set up to form businesses. So these are the opportunities that are out there. Like you're still waking up every day and putting on a suit to go to work. There's still a market for that. But the millennial market, like the new generational workforce or the demographic in Nigeria right now are all digital based, like metaverse. Everything is running towards digital now. Like if you are skilled, if you have any specific specialized skill set that's technology driven, that's something that you could do without actually being in a physical space with your employer, there's not even any need anymore to be looking for a job within Nigeria. You could get online if you have internet connectivity and a great workspace. You can get online and look for work, working remotely in Nigeria for any company worldwide. So the landscape is changing. And what happens is when you have these opportunities and you have, it also creates an avenue for people to invest. Like if you are in Nigeria earning in dollars, and the current rate right now is between 586 and 593, and you're earning in your salary in hard currency, I mean, why would you want to leave? Why would you want to emigrate abroad? I mean, make your money in Nigeria. You can make your money in Nigeria, which gives you the flexibility to come overseas and get ideas, or you come overseas and you visit, and then you build your wealth in Nigeria. So the landscape is changing. The landscape is changing. And one of the questions that I also get is, well, what about safety? Is Nigeria safe? And I'm going to do a podcast on this particular topic, but I'm just going to touch on it a little bit, but not too much on this particular topic. Nigeria is as safe as anywhere in the world. Like if you look at the Western world, we have, like if you look at how many lives are lost in the Western world through natural disasters that we have over here, typhoon, tornadoes, earthquakes. I mean, you name it. Nigeria does not have that. Like all we have is just rain. Like it rains 4 to 6 months out of the year. Like we don't have any known natural disasters in the country. So safety is relative. Yeah, you're gonna have some pockets of people here who are mischievous and trying to break the law. I mean, obviously, which country doesn't have lawbreakers? That's why we also have law enforcement that are also dealing with these lawbreakers. Nigeria is the same way. I move freely within the country. I literally move freely. I have a couple of like personal policies that I adhere to, but for the most part, I move freely within the country. It's safe. It's safe for investment. If it wasn't, I mean, you look at the US, the United States consulate has a new office at Echo Atlantic in Lagos, Nigeria. I mean, this is one of the prime real estate spot in Africa as a whole, Echo Atlantic. It was built on the old Bar Beach. When I was a kid, we used to go to Bar Beach all the time. Now, Echo Atlantic is just like high-rise luxury buildings. All of these companies are coming in from all over the world. Technology company, consulates are coming in and setting up shop. If Nigeria was a war zone, money does not go where it's not welcomed. Put it like that. Money does not go where it's not welcomed. So again, the whole safety security thing, they've been beating it to death all the time. I subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, and there isn't a single day that there isn't some sort of, in America, some sort of shooting happening or some sort of, someone gets, I mean, it's in the news every single day, and Nigeria is no different. So it doesn't really make the country it's safe. It really depends on you and what you choose to look at. The way that I always measure a place to do business is, where are people going? Where is the puck? It's not where the puck is right now in hockey. It's like, where is the puck going? The puck in Africa is pointing to Nigeria. Nigerians now abroad are also paying a close attention to the country. I have literally about 10 people that I know right now with current projects on the ground in Nigeria at this very moment. At this very moment that I'm talking to you, I have a crew on the ground right now building and working for us. Everyone that I talk to, I have a robust network of professionals in the US and in Nigeria. What seems to be happening, at least the trend and the information that I'm getting is, what can I do in Nigeria? Someone the other day asked me if building a waterfront park would be a good investment in Nigeria. I mean, these are the questions that I get from people. Someone wanted to build a beachfront resort in Ibadan, a coastal town in Akwa Ibom State. Like, these are the conversations that I have on literally a daily basis, just through my social network and through my activity on social media. These are the questions that I'm getting. I'm not getting questions about, oh, Nigeria is dangerous. No, you're not getting that. You're getting questions about, what can I do? How can I invest? How can I make an impact? Because you realize that we are all going to reach a point in our lives where we are older and we are not as strong and we are weaker. Once you get to that point, you do want the flexibility to be able to pick and choose how you come and go. Like the flexibility of having business portfolios in the United States and in Nigeria, you should want that when you are 65, 70, 75, 80 years old. The last thing that you want to do is to be stuck abroad And we all know the stories. I mean, this is not something new. You've heard the stories of Nigerians and Africans coming into the United States in their teens or even in their 20s, and they spend 30, 40, 50 years working in America with absolutely nothing to show for it here and nothing to show for it back home. So they become stuck. I mean, you can't how is that even a quality of life where when you travel to Nigeria, you are subjected to staying with families, family members and friends and in hotels. And I mean, that is not sustainable. And I think that's also a reason why a lot of Africans, Nigerians in particular, don't really go home, because there is no launching pad. And that's another thing too that I should talk about. You do need a strong foundation and a strong launch pad, a strong base to build from first. The property that we are on right now, it's a 6,500 square feet property in Las Vegas that we purchased a year ago. April 5th is our first year on this property, and this property has appreciated by $73,000. And we've done nothing to it, like no major upgrades, nothing. It's appreciated by $73,000 in 12 months. Mm. This is, I tell my wife, like, babe, this is our launch pad. Like, we could literally build globally from this property. So having a launch pad, a base of operations, it's important, whether it's you having a base of operations in Nigeria or a base of operations in the US, you do need a strong launch pad, a pad that you operate, because that allows you to then be creative and start putting your ideas on paper and strategizing and planning and finding good ways and strategic ways for you to execute those ideas and bring those ideas into fruition. Now, is investing in Nigeria for everybody? Obviously, it's not. It's never ever going to be for everybody. But if it's for you, today's episode is for you. I think you're going to find it very, very valuable. So with that said, I have a special guest that I want to bring on. Her name is Victorine. She is a Nigerian from Akwa Ibom State, but she's based in the United States of America. She's based in Minnesota. She reached out to me a few days ago, just sharing her latest investment in Nigeria. She just recently invested in some plots of lands and a gas station, a filling station. And it's known in Nigeria as a filling station. In America, yeah, we call it a gas station. And I just thought, wow, this is great news. Super, super excited and proud of her. And I wanted her to come on the podcast and share her experience and answer some questions about what led her to, out of everything that she could have invested in, led her to investing in a gas station. So I just want to add, though, that just due to privacy concerns, we will not be talking about what she paid for the investments. This is a personal thing that I think she should keep to herself. So we're not going to be talking about prices. But outside of that, everything else is pretty much fair game. So I want to bring on Vic. Vic, welcome to the podcast. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, and let's get to it. I'm excited to talk about this.
All right, Mr. Richard, thank you so much, and good morning to you. Good afternoon to people joining this podcast today. My name is Victoria, and I'm the CEO of Rhines Oil and Gas Limited, Uyo, Nigeria. I also work as a loan officer and a business advisor with a financial institution here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So far, everything you've really said to me, I think I really have that kind of mindset that you have. And back home in Nigeria, before I came here, I always loved investment. I always, loved doing business. I remember when I was in college, I started a small business. That was when we started having the communications coming into Nigeria, communication companies like the MTN and the Airtel. Back then, they were called Econet, but now it's Airtel. So these companies came in and they had recharge cards. So I remember I used to, do such retails, sell those the cards, and I also used to sell like clothing back in college. So I've always had that mindset to do business and to invest. So back to the question, why I choose to do what I'm doing. I see that land banking or land investment is one of the best investments.
Vic, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. There's a way I want to structure it. So I don't want you to talk about it just yet. Like I want,
Okay.
I'm gonna get to that. So,
all right.
So so you've always had this entrepreneurial spirit about you. Like where did that come from? Did that come from, and I can tell you where mine came from.
Okay.
So I learned, and part of what I am also doing right now with our activities in Nigeria is I have reached out to, like I have a very strong relationship with my uncles back home in Nigeria. I have a good relationship with our homestead chief. Like these are people who knew my grandfather. I mean, like my grandfather used to send them on errands when they were kids. So now they are elders, like they are in their 60s, in their 70s. So part of what I'm doing right now is I talk to them and I'm like, well, tell me the history of Mbariket. Like, where did this name come from? So I learned that my great grandfather, one of the founding members of our village, Ikoro Ibom, was an oil merchant. Okay, he was a merchant. Like he dealt with. I mean, you're talking about people who did business in Nigeria in 30s and 40s and 50s. Like, so he dealt in like oil, he bought and sold oil, he dealt in that world. You know what I mean? And then my grandfather had his own private clinic in the village, one of the first private clinics in the village. I mean, he had like offices and employees. I mean, you're talking about the village of the 60s where you literally had to take cutlass and cut your way through walkways and things like that. I mean, he had the foresight then to build a business in the village when everybody else was building a business in towns and cities. So that is like where I feel like my entrepreneurial spirit came from. Like it's in the blood per se. So where did yours come from? Can you trace back your history to say, well, this and that, like where did it come from? Or did you just pick it up randomly?
I would say mine is just inborn. Like it's something I just have in me. Like I said, back in college, even while studying in school, I still, felt the need to do something besides school to make money for myself. So I would say mine is just inborn.
Got it. And apparently you enjoy it because you had multiple businesses. I mean, I follow you on social media. You have a portfolio of businesses that you run. So with that said, this particular venture that you are in right now, you could have done whatever you wanted. Like you could have invested in a hospital, a saloon, as a woman who you do like hair stuff. Like there are so many industries that you could have invested in. Why specifically oil and gas, number one, and also the lands, and we'll talk a bit about that too. But let's start with the oil and gas. While specifically, out of everything you could have invested in, while the gas station, filling station business.
I would say going into oil and gas is not something that I just, maybe sat down one day to say, okay, I'm gonna start this. I always believe it's something that came through a divine instructions and directions, because I have a vision in life, I have a purpose, and I know what, God has called me to do in life. So I don't just go with the flow. So I follow my vision. When I get the vision from God and through the leading of the Holy Spirit, I write things down a lot. Even if I may not have a pen, I might not have a paper, but I have my note on my phone that any instruction, anything, it can be through dream, it can be through like just getting inspiration from the Holy Spirit. So when I do get it, I write it down. I pray to God about it. And, God directs me in everything. He connects me to people that I need for it. I've had this dream of this business like a couple years ago. And the way the connections just came through God, honestly, it's something that I never thought that I would be able to do it. There's someone I met in Africa a couple years ago. He used to play soccer. And he played soccer overseas. So he returned back to Nigeria. He couldn't go back to the country. And I've lost contact with this person for over years. And guess what? December of 2020, was it 2020 when COVID started? I was on Facebook and I saw this guy. He commented on my cousin's Facebook page. So immediately I messaged him and we started chatting, talking, not knowing that his younger brother is in the business, So the way the connection just happened, it's something that I would say is just divine. So God gave me the vision, he gave me the provision, or he gave me the connection, and then the provision came. The provision is the resources that are now used to put into this business. And I will tell you that this is the oil and gas I'm talking about. The land, it's something, the first land I purchased in Nigeria is not something that I had put money into it, like put a lot of money, save money. It's something that it just happened. Someone visited Nigeria and I talked to the man. I said, this is what I want.
So hold on, Vic. That is a separate segment.
Okay.
We will talk. Yeah, we will talk. We will get to that one. Don't worry. You'll have plenty of time to talk about that. So the oil, gas, petroleum space. You had this dream. You had an idea of what you wanted to do. You started thinking about it. This is what I call like the law of attraction. It's like when you start thinking of something, the universe has a way, and this is positive and negative too. Like the universe has a way of sending those things that align with your goals to you. It's the same thing with also people who tend to think negatively. The universe is gonna send things that are negative to you. So with you, all of this started with a dream, an idea of owning an oil and gas, a gas station. Now, so this guy, take us to like the structure of it. Did you buy it? Are you just managing it? Did you what is the structure of the investment in the gas station?
Yeah, the gas station, I bought it. I bought the business. Yeah.
Okay, so you bought the gas station outright?
Yes.
Wow. How many pumps do you have?
I have 4 pumps, and that's for the gas, and then there's one for the kerosene, and then there's
it's a total of 5 pumps.
5 pumps, yeah, 5 in total.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 pumps and 1 for the kerosene, and the business is operational. How do you have employees? Like take me through how you manage your employees, or do you have to like staff a new team?
So it's not operational. We've not done a grand opening yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are looking to do that in a couple months. So it's just purchasing it first, and then every other thing is gonna follow.
Where is the gas station?
It's located along a back road, like after Ecomiman Junction. So you're gonna go straight. Yeah.
Wow. This is unbelievable. Like here is a businesswoman in America with a dream, and she strategized, and I'm gonna have to like take this call another time. It's an important call, but it can wait. Let me just she actionable steps in place with the right connections in the right environment. And I tell people all the time, your environment has a way of nurturing you for success. You know, like the first step to success is obviously you have to change your environment, starting with your environment in your mind first. Once the environment in the mind is changed, the universe has a way of manifesting that in the physical form. So here is a woman in the United States of America who had a big dream, and it led to her purchasing this 4-pump fuel station in Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. I just have to give you a round of applause. Like, I don't even know how else that I can say this in terms of just congratulating you and encourage you. And the connect that I gave you, the contact that I gave you, you are the 4th person that I know right now in the oil and gas business. Okay, so that individual guy, that the person that I gave you for you to like network with, it's also important, network with each other. He's been in the game for a while, although he's Nikorek Bene, his gas station is Nikorek Bene. But I'm sure once you guys start trading, chatting back and forth, I'm pretty sure he can help you guys help you out to at least guide you on your next step. So now with oil, do you know where you're going to be sourcing your oil from? Like, where is the tankers coming from? Where are you getting these lubricants? Like, what do you have that in place yet?
Actually, I don't know if I should say this. So I'm not just doing the gas station. I would say by the special grace of God, we're doing the oil as well in Port Harcourt. So that one it's still in process, and it's gonna,
when you say you're doing the oil in Port Harcourt, what oil? Expand on that. I want to hear. So not only do you have this gas station. So a friend of mine here in the United States, an old buddy of mine in the United States, she and her husband, they used to own a gas station. I'm talking about a US gas station here in America. And they had, obviously, the fuel pumps are there. And then they had in America now we have like the mini mats where you actually go in. Is that part of your structure there, or just the pumps?
So we have the pumps there in Rio. And in Port Harcourt, just like I said, we are looking into doing like more of the refining, the exploration. But that one is still in process. That's why
I stop you there. You want refined oil too?
Yeah. So the reason why I'm saying is that it's gonna be coming from there, from Port. Because you asked.
Yes.
It's gonna be coming from Port Harcourt. So the gas station, we have it in. God has helped us to secure that. Yes. So this one is still in process.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So do you know what about food and beverage? Do you have food and beverage store there in your lots on the gas station lots there?
Like having like a convenience store.
A convenience store, yes.
Yeah, they're looking at doing that too. Yeah. There's a building there.
You know, that is where the real money is.
Yes, I Googled it and I realized that's where it is too.
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid. That is where the real money is. Because I know this for a fact. Because that's where the gas station is to bring people in. Now again, I don't know Nigerians, whether Nigerians will patronize food. I'm like us here, when we go to the gas station,
right.
I tend to walk in and get a soda, or walk in and get chips. Like if I'm going on a long trip, you buy food for the family and things like that to go on a long trip. So we have a 4-pump gas station with kerosene. You have you are looking into refining oil in Port Harcourt. And by the way, Port Harcourt is it 3 hours? It's a 3-hour drive now from
about 2.
About 2 hours drive. Port Harcourt. You have a oil refining capacity that you are looking into. Regarding your time, like this is something that's very hands-on. Okay, you know Nigeria is like Nigeria, you have to really be hands-on with your business. Okay, how are you planning on sharing your time between the Nigerian businesses and the American businesses? Give me a game plan.
I would say the first thing is just having people that are reliable, people that they have your back, that whether you're there physically or not, that they are just there for you. They see it as their own thing. And God has really blessed me with someone like that. And so I know I do believe that apart from having this person or having them over there, I myself, I need to be there physically sometimes as well, just to ensure that everything is in place. Yeah.
So obviously having a good team, crucial. Crucial. Yeah. I mean, I have a very strong project manager right now that if it weren't for him, if it weren't for this project manager, I don't think I can get anything done in Nigeria. I really don't think I can do it. So having a project manager, a good team in place is I think one of the best things that could ever happen to you in Nigeria, especially if you are not there. And also, as an international businesswoman, you don't necessarily, or business person, you don't necessarily have to be in one place the entire time. So you kind of want to hire people who are like you, who see things from your perspective, who are very, very detailed. So then that way they can serve as your representation, or essentially a version of you on the ground when you are abroad, or when you're not there. So you talk about your time, and I mean, you've been to Nigeria for a few times now in the last couple of years, correct?
Yes.
You've been in Nigeria a few times now. Let me ask you, what do you think, why should Nigerians travel home regularly? Share your take. Why is it important for Nigerians to go home regularly?
I believe as Nigerians, it's really, really important for us to go home regularly because home is home, no matter what. I know that being here in America, it's a great opportunity that every Nigerian or every Akwa Ibom might have. But I believe that back home, there are things that we can do to help. We are here. We are really enlightened. We've seen the environment. We have a lot of opportunities. So I believe that leaving Nigeria to come here, maybe seeking green pastures or, making ourselves to be better, whatever we do here, it's really important for us to take it back home because it's going to help to build a nation. It's going to help to build a community. It's going to help to, help other people. Like if you look at the country, we have enough resources for Nigeria to really be the giants of Africa, but some of the leaders we have, they're not really helping the matters. So individually, we can, whatever we learn here, whatever we pick up from the society, we can take it back. Maybe unemployment, being in business, like now you're a project manager, you're able to create jobs for people out there. So you're helping, you're impacting lives. So the things that the government is unable to do, as an individual, you and I, we're going to do it to help people to come out of poverty. So it's really, really important for Nigerians or Akwa Ibomites to take the knowledge and everything they've learned here to go back and help others. It's just like taking the light here and taking it back and, and making sure that people that are in darkness, they're also enjoying the benefits of that light.
Wow. So next year is the election.
Yes.
Next year is the election in Nigeria. If you had to send a message to, let's not even talk about federal. Let's just keep it to states. As an fellow Akwa Ibomite, what is your message for the next regime?
I would say, being that I've experienced election before in Nigeria or in Akwa Ibom, that Akwa Ibomites do not go out there and just collect food. Because one of the things that politicians do, they're going to buy food, they're going to give out money, give out bags of rice and all that. That's not what we need for now. What we need is good governance. What we need is a governor or a leader that will come out there and, provide jobs, social amenities. You see, sometimes people get sick. We don't have enough equipment or facilities in the hospital. So we need someone that knows the needs of the people. We don't just need someone that's going to go there and take money all by themselves. We need someone that will go out there, know the needs of the people, and also provide the needs. In Akwa Ibom, we have a company in I think Sunshine Battery. We have another company in I think there's an industry that they're building somewhere in Mbo local government or something like that. So we need a governor, a leader that will go there, invest in this project so that there's going to be job creation. And not just job creation. If with the resources we have in Akwa Ibom, if they're able to put money into it, it's going to attract foreign investors as well. So that is what we need. We don't need a leader that will just go there and take money, but someone that knows the need of the citizens and that will be ready to provide that needs to ensure that, that poverty is eliminated from Akwa Ibom, because Akwa Ibom is not just a state, but they call it Akwa Ibom State,
right.
So that's what we need. So I'll advise Akwa Ibomites to go there, get their PVC, go out and vote for the right person. Don't just go and take 1,000 naira, whatever, that you just finish in one day. Go out and vote that knows what you need.
So PVC is a private voting card. Is that what it's called? A personal voting card?
I think private. Yeah.
Private voting card. Okay. So essentially the politicians are pretty much just going out and buying votes with food and drinks. And the citizens or the residents, the citizens, because they're not residents, they're citizens. The citizens of Akwa Ibom State are essentially selling their votes for a bag of rice and a crate of mineral. You've spoken directly to the leaders. I think that it's fair for you to also speak directly to the citizens, because no one is buying my votes in America for a bag of rice and a crate of, that's never ever going to happen. So what is your change has to come from both stakeholders, the politicians and also the voters. So for those who are looking to change their leadership and position their lives for the future, what is your message to them? And the reason why I'm asking you this particular question is because you are an Akwa Ibomite. I am an Akwa Ibomite. I know what I'm doing to effect the changes that I'm looking for. And you obviously, know what you're doing to effect the changes that you're looking for. What is your message to the people on the ground right now?
I think I said this earlier. My message is just for people to do the right thing. Don't just go out there and get whatever these politicians have for you. Just know that maybe as a parent that wants to go out and vote, that you want the best for your kids. And if you look at back home, there are parents that they can sell the last thing they have to send their kids to school. And after all those struggles and all those sacrifice, you want your kids to come out in flying colors. You want your kids to have a good education. You want your kids to have a good career. So as a parent, what I'll say is that go out there, make sure that you vote for the right leader. Make sure that securing a future for your kids starts now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't just go and get what you need now. Think about the future. Is it a youth? Think about your future, that you don't just need food right now. You need food for the future. You don't just need money right now. You need money to secure your future, because money is a defense. Money is you can buy anything but not life with money. So you need to secure your money. Don't just go and collect 5,000 now from these politicians. Think about the future.
That's an excellent message. That's an excellent message. So now back to investments. We've sent a message to the politicians, we've sent a message to the citizens. So back to the investments. Now, for you who I mean, you're doing this on an elite level, like going out and investing in what you are investing in currently, that is at an elite level. From your experience, where can people find authentic and truthful, or how can they position themselves to operate within an authentic and truthful space when they are investing? What would you say about that? Is it like a get rich quick, or what is your due diligence? How do you go about due diligence in Nigeria?
I would say it's not like a get rich quick scheme. You need to do, like, I think what people call visibility studies or some research. You need to do a research, because we are looking at doing any business or investment. You need to know the location very well. You need to study the population. You need to study the needs. What are the needs of the people? And you also need a great team. You need to know people you work with, because you're going to be working with people, So these are the things that I'll, ask or talk to someone to look into first. Do your research, know your location, the population of that environment, know the needs of the people, and then you need resources, because a tree can never make a forest.
Right.
So you need to know your team, So those are things I'll really look into.
Right. Now the land. We can talk about the land now.
Okay.
So not only is Vic an oil, or is soon to be oil mogul, because I know you, I see you're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be there with you. So not only is she positioning herself to being this oil mogul in Nigeria, and when you become this oil mogul, I want you to tell us what you are going to do in Akwa Ibom states when you become this Vic, the oil mogul that I know you're more than capable of becoming. First of all, tell us what you're going to do for the people, and then we'll go into the lands. I want you to speak this into existence.
Yes. First, the universe is hearing, it's gonna, manifest as well. So, if you look at our country, or Akwa Ibom as a whole, and the things I experienced before I relocated here to the US, you see a lot of people out there, and I think I said this earlier. I've seen a parent. I think that's when I was in high school back in Calabar. I saw a dad that sold a television to pay a school fee for the kid. I saw a parent removing, all this Hollandaise wrapper that's very expensive.
Yes.
Removing it from her box to sell it to send a child to school. And what do you think will be the expectation of that such a parent? Is for the child to be successful,
Right.
and graduating with flying colors and coming now to have a good career. And that is where the area of unemployment comes in Nigeria.
Right.
The rate of unemployment is really high. Like if you come to America, like when I came in here, remember the first job I had was like, a manufacturing job.
Yeah.
I did that job for, I think, 6 weeks, and I bought my first car, a Mazda 626.
Wow.
So I realize here that there are two different environments. In Nigeria, a graduate will stay at home 1 year, 2 years. I've seen someone staying for over 5 years without a job.
Why are they? No. Why are they staying home? That's another thing too. That's another thing. That's another topic that I want to talk about. The laziness there is also rampant. You staying home for 6 years and then telling me that there's no job. Listen, I don't buy that at all. I'm speaking generally. Not at you. Like I don't buy it at all. When a professional who has gone to college is staying home, you can go out there and do odd jobs. There's always something that you can do. Does that make sense? People are here in America. I mean, if you look at it, during the recession, you had graduates working at McDonald's to make ends meet. You had people with master's degree becoming truck drivers to make ends meet. I'm not saying that you can't, once things stabilize, you can always go back to your profession. But for you to sit around for 5 years saying that there's no job in my field, there's no job. There are many, I mean, you can go and do construction. You can go and you just got to do what you have to do to pay your bills. So when things stabilize, you can actually continue with your specialized line of work. But this idea of Nigeria, again, that's a different topic we can talk on another day. But this idea of Nigerians sitting at home for six years saying that there's no job, personally, and I'm not buying that, but continue.
The reason why I brought that in, if you look at it, even if it's starting a small business, they need resources, they need money for it. And what if they don't have it? That is one thing. And the reason why I brought about that unemployment is that they don't have the money. Some can't even afford to pay rent or something. But, the reason why I'm bringing this is due to the question you asked. So my role as an individual, or maybe one of the things what God wants me to do, is to gather resources, make this investment, and help whoever that comes my way, So whatever we do, like now, you're able to employ people and you're paying them. What about someone that you've not met before, that has never met you, that is still out there, no job, no resources, no connection? In Africa, in Nigeria specifically, that jobs, everything is through connections. It's not everyone that is connected. It is not. People can get connected to you through social media. You can give them a job, but it's not everybody that have a phone. It's not everyone that have an internet. So you see what I'm saying? Right. So just getting your investment or your business there, you're able to help a life through those that are connected to you. But what about those that don't have that connection? So it's a problem, It's a problem. So going out there, since the government are unable to provide jobs, then you and I were able to do it. God has given us the capacity. The universe has, helped us, given us the capacity to go out there to help people that are because through providing a job for these people, you pay them. They're able to eat. They're able to rent maybe a small apartment to start their life. So those ones are the ones that are connected. But the ones that are not connected, it's going to be impossible for them.
Right. So part of your way of contributing and giving back is creating some sort of like a program or scholarship or a job maybe even a job training, whatever you have to do. So that's sort of like part of your way of contributing and giving back to the country that is also not just the country, to the state that's also giving to you. I mean, and that is the way that I see our company in Nigeria. Like it's literally a two-way street. Like without Nigeria and America, I can't do what I'm doing. Yes. So our contributions within even the American ecosystem is it could be something as simple as just being a good neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a way to give back. Giving back is not always, it doesn't always have to be tied to money.
Yes.
Giving back can be doing what we are doing with the podcast, by bringing subject matter experts like you to come and share your story. And maybe one or two people out there can take one or two things away from what you have to say and say, wow, let me maybe, instead of sending money home to family members, which we don't even want to go there. I mean, I did it for 10 years and I didn't see a damn thing from it. Instead of sending money to family money to family, maybe you can take that money and set it aside and launch a company. Like, you can actually break away from that sending money home to family and friends trap. You know, you can break. I'm telling you, I did it for 10 years, Vic. I did it from 18 to 28. And when I look back at how much I sent, that's an easy down payment. When I stopped doing, I'm 43 years old. I literally, like cold turkey, woke up one day and said, no more at 28 years old. Now, occasionally, if I have, a little bit, I mean, I might give it to my little niece. But as far as like giving money to adults, I don't do that anymore. I mean, I'll take care of my niece here and there, go and buy biscuits, go and buy whatever. But for me to just be sending money, no, that I stopped that when I was 28 years old. I'm 43, going on 44 now. So that's another thing too, is as Nigerians abroad I'm a firm believer that if you give, you will receive. You will actually receive more than you give. And by giving, I'm not talking about giving money. I'm talking about giving hope. I'm talking about giving ideas. I'm talking about giving resources, sharing. Like, I have a private network of, like I said, about 10 people that I know who are currently building right now in Nigeria. And we all share our resources with each other. Like, this isn't the only public thing that you see is what I'm doing, is what Mbariket is doing. But I have like this secret network of builders and investors that we literally, on WhatsApp, we share each other's projects and we encourage and motivate each other and we take ideas from each other. Part of the reason why I say that your environment can be nurturing is exactly what I'm talking about. You have to change your environment. Like, if you're sitting at home, you are a professional sitting at home for 6 years. That environment is not a nurturing environment. You can join networking groups. Those are free. You can wake up and change your environment by being around others, not necessarily other unemployed people, but figure out a way to get yourself out of that environment of unemployedness into an environment of, maybe, let me get up today and, you know what, let me go and do construction job. Because here's the thing. You can, if you are good, you can go from being a laborer to being a site supervisor. You know, I'll give you an example of one of the guys in my network. There was a particular individual that he's based here in the United States. A particular individual in Nigeria that, I mean, he would send phones to, like, he took care of this guy. He took care of him. He would send them phones. He's just trying to do his best, like you, to help him. Okay, you are telling me that you can't work because you don't have a phone. Fine. Here's a brand new Samsung. He would send the phone to them. When it came time for the guy to effect the project and to do a project, do you know, he went to this same guy that he has been taking care of and said, hey, I just need you to run a simple errand for me. Do you know that the guy didn't do it? A simple, specific errand, like, go and look at this plot of land or go and do XYZ for me. He said he didn't have time. On the same phone that he bought him, You see, so this is what I am talking about. You can, because now he has gone far. He has obviously stopped dealing with this particular guy. He had to go and hire somebody externally. And now this new person is now the project manager of this guy's project. That could have easily gone to this phone guy that he was taking care of. You see what I'm saying? Like, opportunities can come at you from many, many ways. And I can give you an example based on my experience. My current project manager, I went through 6 to 8 people before I found him. And guess what? All I wanted was initially go to Ikorekbene and vet a supplier for me. That's all I wanted. Just I'll pay you transportation. There's this particular supplier that I found in Ikorekbene. I just need you to go there to his place of work or to his place of business and make sure that the guy is even the guy that he says he is. Do you know I went through 8 people? I was getting, I'm sick. One collected money from me. And I'm like, well, what about the job that I asked you to do? I've not been feeling good for it. But you collected the money from me, and now you are not feeling good. And you will get all these stories of people, they are too busy, they are too this, they are too this. Or I'm even sending, and then they will subcontract it to others. Before I now found this, my current project manager, who I just happened to, we went to primary school together in Lagos. We went to primary school together in Lagos. And I'm like, hey, man, you are my last resort. If this doesn't work, if you can't go and just vet, I'm not saying go and write a laundry. I'm not saying go and interrogate. Just go and meet the person and say, okay, I see you are dealing with Richard. My name is XYZ. I just want to make sure that you are real. It started from that. A simple errand. And now, fast forward a year and a half later, look where we are. He is now my project manager, handling all my projects in Nigeria. Based on that, just doing a simple task for me. Now, people are going to say, you've gone. I mean, where did you find this guy? This and that, that and this. But you don't even know the backstory. Sure, you understand what I'm saying? So, yes. So my thing is, wake up, get up. There's no reason a Nigerian today with a college education to be unemployed for 6 years. I just don't buy it. I just personally don't buy it. So that's really good. I like that you have that component in mind to contribute and to give and to, to help out. And like I said, it's not always about money. It's not always about money. You can give through your ideas. You can give through your resources. You can give through, through your personal networks. Like you can give through these things. So with that said, the oil refinery mogul, now the land investor. Tell me about this plots of land that you also invested in. In
Well, I would say land is one of the best investment that one can ever have, and land can never depreciate. That land appreciates in value. So there's this land that I think the first of this year, I talked to a lady that we used to go to the same church back then. We're just chatting. I never wanted to buy a land, but this lady told me, she called me by name, like my type of name. And she said, there's this land that, a friend just talked to her about, and it's close to Le Meridian.
Is this lady in America or Nigeria?
She's in Nigeria.
Okay.
She's in Nigeria. I said that we used to attend the same church.
Got it.
So she told me that there's this land that she would like to talk to me about, that she has a friend here in the US too, that she helped a friend to get about 6 plots. I'm like, okay, that I just told her at first that I have one already. I'm not looking to buy right now. She said it's a good location close to Le Meridian. When I heard Le Meridian, now Ibom Hotel, that came into my mind. Like I had a second thought.
Let me add this before you continue. Hold that thought. By the way, for people who don't know, Ibom Hotel used to be Le Meridian, it's like a 5-star luxury
hotel.
It's not even a hotel, it's an experience. Okay. In Akwa Ibom State. So it went from being the Le Meridian Hotel, so now it's Ibom Hotel. Commercial transportation can't go in. Like bikes you have to take a taxi or you use your personal. I mean, it's well secured and well maintained. I actually had lunch there when I was in Nigeria at Ibom Haikon, and we are in talks with them right now. Mbariket, our company, is in talks with Ibom Hotel right now to supply them gari for their restaurant. A lot of people don't know this. So we are in talks with them right now to manufacture and supply them with gari for their restaurant. So the point that I'm trying to make is Ibom Hotel, I mean, that is just luxury at its finest. It's the best resort hotel in the state of Akwa Ibom. So for Vic to have found land in close proximity to that hotel just kind of gives you an idea of, like you said, location. So continue.
Okay. So, when she mentioned it, I had a second thought. I'm like, okay, that I'm interested. And initially she told me there's about 12, plot of land. I'm like, oh, that's a lot. I was like, that's a lot. Right. And then I sent someone there. And so the person went there and met the chief. Okay. So
Love it.
When the chief said that they wanted to keep it for the lady that stays in the US, some other lady. But because of who, that's why the team, whoever you hire to be in your team matters. Whoever represents you in your business matters. So because of the influence of this guy, of this person, the chief said, oh, that is going to give it to me. So the 12, they realized that they had 2 more, making 14. And now the chief added an extra plot for free. So that's the story.
So in total, how many plots do you have in total at or near Ibom Icon?
It is 15 plots.
15 plots.
Yes.
You can build an estate. 15 plots. You can do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. I mean, 15 plots of land near Ibom. What do you want to do with this plot?
Honestly, I have a lot of things in mind, and I was just chatting with one of my uncles yesterday, and he went there. The person took him there, and my uncle called me. It was like, how did you do this?
Wow.
And not just that, the person reached out to me and said, he took my uncle there yesterday, because they went to see the place yesterday. My uncle said, let me see. Okay, it's in my phone. I would have just read the message. My uncle said, who gave her the idea that I am brave? How did she do it? I'm like, well, I don't know.
Wow. Gas station, oil refinery, oil and gas, land, not just land, 15 plots of land. And Nigerians are here in America saying, speaking from their nose. This is you see, theoretical investments is not appealing to me. This is the reason why I like to talk to people like Vic. These are people who are practical investors. They are invested. They are in the trenches there on the ground, making deals happen. You see why having a good network is important. And this concept of environment, you've got to build the right network and the right relationships and be in the right environment. Because at the end of the day, Vic is right. Nigeria is all about, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Nigeria is who you know and not what you know. What you know keeps you in the door, keeps you in the room. Who you know gets you in. For you to close 15 plots of land, and you are here in America. I mean, very soon now you'll be splitting your time 50-50 between Nigeria and US. You'll be splitting your time 50-50. This is I mean, so what is next for you, Vic?
I would say by the grace of God, the first thing is what I have in mind is just to do the official opening of the gas station. Yeah, and then actually two things: opening that, and then fencing the land just to ensure that it's secured.
Correct.
Because it's important. Because right now someone planted some crops, but I don't want someone to get in there anymore.
Yeah. You gotta stop. You gotta nip that. Yes.
Yeah. So it's just to secure the property and then doing the grand opening of the gas station.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 10 years from now, and this is the last question. 10 years from now, where do you see where do you see, number one, Akwa Ibom State, and number two, Nigeria, and number three, where do you see yourself a decade from now?
I would start with myself. 10 years from now, I don't want to be working for someone. I want to be an employer, employing people to work for me, both here in America and back in Nigeria, Akwa Ibom, precisely. I will say the whole Nigeria, because I believe it's not going to be just an Akwa Ibom vision. It's going to spread across the country. By the grace of God, that's what I'm looking, to do. And I want to be free to do whatever I want to do. I don't want to be working for it. I want to have my own time and not having time to work for someone else.
Right.
Yeah. For Akwa Ibom, I see a great reformation coming in that country because it's Akwa Ibom state, and whatever that is called or named after God succeeds. So if you look at last January that I visited, I was in Calabar, and the state I saw about, the situation there. I don't know if you've been to Calabar before.
Yes, I hear that the roads are very bad. Is that true?
Oh my goodness, it is bad. And even getting into the town, the stadium, back then, the stadium, that you're in the city of Calabar, but what you're seeing now, what I saw in Calabar, I can't even talk about it. The situation is really bad. I don't know what the governor is doing. But somehow in my mind, it's like the glory has been transferred to Akwa Ibom. Things are happening in Akwa Ibom.
100%. I agree.
Things are happening. So there's going to be, 10 years from now, there's going to be a lot of reformation and transformation in that state.
And just let me just add this, guys. Calabar is in Cross River State. Calabar is the capital, right, of Cross River State. And then Uyo is the capital of Akwa Ibom. So go ahead. It's like there's a change of the guard from, because Cross River is big brother.
Yes.
Akwa Ibom came from Cross River State. So it's almost like now that Akwa Ibom is now superseding Cross River State in infrastructure, in development, in everything. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I see myself creating job opportunities for people in that state.
Right.
And in the future, maybe 10 years from now, like skill acquisition just to help, especially women in the area of learning computer. It can be in tailoring, fashion and design, because they're making money in fashion business now.
Right.
So it can be maybe in hospitality, just doing trainings for people, like giving back. That's what I see myself doing in a couple years from now. And if you look at Akwa Ibom State, I believe that it will definitely be one of the states to be recognized as a tourist center. Yeah. Look at Ibno that we have. There's some states that don't have the oil. You know that in Ibno, that they paid citizens. As far as you're from Ibuno, they pay citizens. The federal or state, I think state government pays them, and then they have good roads. They have
because of the oil revenue from Mobile and Bua. Okay.
Exactly. So I believe through that, 10 years from now, it's going to attract more of foreign investors into the states, not the country.
Right.
And it's going to be like a tourist center. You know, Calabar, they used to have the carnival.
It's happening now. It's even if it's happening now. You see what they are doing with the airport now?
Exactly.
This airport
is
becoming a world-class airport. I know the people that I saw when I flew from Ibom Air from Lagos to Akwa Ibom. I saw a lot of foreigners on that flight.
I did too. I was shocked.
I saw a lot of foreigners, and I'm thinking, this same Nigeria that they are talking about, security, winch. I mean, really, you know what I mean? Like, these are the people that are coming in and building these infrastructures. Akwa Ibom, you know, Akwa Ibom, the way that they are trying to, they want to make it a transitory hub for people in the East. So you fly in through Akwa Ibom to go to Anambra, to go to River State, to go to Cross River State, to go to Aba. You fly in through Uyo. That is what it's becoming. It's becoming like this transitory hub now. Is what they are doing. If you are finally, before you go, what is your message to Akwa Ibomites abroad? Give them a message for me. Akwa Ibomites abroad.
I would say to any Akwa Ibomites here.
You can even give it to them in the BB yourself if you want. Just give Akwa Ibomites abroad a message.
Let me try. What I have for every Akwa Ibomite in this country, in US, or even in Europe too, because I know this message is going to go around.
Yes.
Do not wait to say, okay, I want to save $50,000. I want to save $100,000 before I go home to invest. You can start with the little that you have. Come on, a $1,000. It is something. It can get you, or $2,000. It can get you a piece of land in Akwa Ibom. Is it your tax refund? Don't go to Macy's, Kuka, Targets. It's not shopping. I understand we shop a lot. We do, but think about home. Think about investment. Think about not just your kids, your grandkids. Think about it. Don't just say America. No, that's not in my mind. You don't have to save $100,000. You can start with a little. I tell
people all the time, start where you are. Everybody has like this idea of this number that they need. The money is not even, it's the discipline and the idea. Because if you don't have a strong idea, if you don't have the discipline, and all of a sudden you get $100,000, what you are going to do? You're going to give it to family members. You're going to, you're going to do all this stuff. So always start where you are. And I'm telling you, things have a way of making themselves, of forming and running towards your goal and your vision. If you just start where you are, you're right. I mean, if we have a plot of land in Lagos near Ibejuleki by the Dangote refinery. We paid $450,000. Sorry, naira. For that land. This was with the development fee and all that, all out. We paid a total of 850 naira. The exchange rate now is 583. That is $1,457.
Wow.
We bought that land late 2019, just right before the new year of 2020. Today, that land is now 2 million naira.
Wow.
It has appreciated in value. Doubled from 850 just 2 years ago. That land now has doubled just a little bit over in value. And it's just a corner lot on a rice field, just sitting there. Could I have taken $1,457 and gone shopping? Of course, now I could have, okay, let me go and shop today. Let me go and buy shoes today. But I invested. I don't even think of the money. It's on my land that, like you said, when you started this, constantly appreciates in value. So some people want to wait until they have $10,000. They want to wait until they have 1,000. They want to wait until I looked at what I had, what I was willing to part with. I was willing to part with 1,500, 2,000, maybe even then. And I negotiated down to $1,457 to get this plot of land. People have to start where they are. Don't wait until all your ducks are in a row before you start. You start where you want. I think you were an example of that, Vic. So this has been great. I'm really happy that you came on to share your investments story. And if there's anything else you want to add, please say it now, and then we'll wrap up.
Sure. I would say the first land I got was in Abuja, and it's in an estate. That land I paid exactly what you paid. Mine was $1,000. Mm-hmm. Back then, Naira was even low. Like it wasn't that high.
Right.
It was about 300 and something Naira to $1.
Right. And that was low back then.
Yeah. So it was $1,000. And I got this land in an estate. It was about 400 and probably between 450 to 500,000 Naira.
Right.
And guess what? It has appreciated now. So that's why I'm saying, if you have that mindset and you're determined, you can start now, even today. You don't need 5,000. You don't need $10,000. You can start now. And I always believe that whatever investment and whatever I do on earth is not just for me. It's for my children. It's for my generation. It's for even helping others as well. So it's not all about us, but about the future and the things that are going to come from us. That's why we need to start now. Don't wait till tomorrow. That's what I have to say.
I think that's an excellent way to end. Hey, Vic, I really appreciate you. We will continue talking. We'll continue talking offline, and I really wish you all the best with the investment. And I look forward to you doing more and more amazing things for the state of Akwa Ibom and also for yourself. And I'm very happy to watch your growth over the years. You have a lot going on for you, and I'm super proud of you. So thank you for your time, and
thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we'll be in touch. All right. Bye-bye.